Ahoy, 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 everybody. My name is Walkie Shopno from the Guys About Games. And, this is gonna be a bit of an impromptu little video because this is something I learned about today, in fact, and it was just like, it was such a revelation that it was just like, it's like a bell went off in my head. I screwed that one up, but you know what I mean. It was like a freaking revelation, man. Just like, holy shit. You remember if you watched my Halo 3 Legendary playthrough, I mentioned the old Invincible flood bug that occasionally happens. And I always thought that, like, I don't know how to put it. Like, I didn't have a clue what caused it other than just sometimes a flood dude you're trying to kill will just not die to anything you do to it. Unless you do, like, certain things. Like, I don't think grenades ever have this problem, and now that I know why, it makes sense that grenades don't work, because there's actually a reason for that. But, I digress. So, basically, I learned this today because I was literally at work, just doing nothing because there's nothing happening today. Bored as hell, so I just decided on a whim to go check out the Halo modding Discord, and just look around at some of the stuff. And I was just like, let's look at ODST tags. I don't know why it's under ODST tags. I guess because of Flood Fight. I guess that makes sense, but there was a post that it only has like a couple comments even, but it includes a fix for this bug. Because the bug is actually related to the Elite. It actually happens to all, it happens to all of them, but it's more common, way more common with the Elite one because he's like especially fucked up. But, yeah, so the Invincible flood bug, they actually explained in pretty good detail exactly what is going on there and why it happens. And it was just like, I don't know why, it was like, man, I could not wait to get home and just, like, make a little quick video on this. So, if you don't know, the Invincible flood bug is basically a glitch where sometimes, like I said, sometimes you're trying to kill these guys, you try to punch them a bunch, and they just kind of eat your shots. You know? And hey, look, it happened to this guy. I made sure to save in front of this guy. Sometimes they just do not die no matter what. It's not related to shields because this guy does not have shields. I still cannot hit him unless, like, if I hit him in like a specific spot, I might be able to kill him. Like there, I hit him in his arm. I'm using the tag test build to try to make sure I don't fuck this up because it's just like, holy moly. If I punch his arm, or like just on like the side of him, then he'll die regardless. By the way, I like that a quirk is that when you disable the AI, it also disables the flood's ability to just kind of resist being flinched by melee attacks. So now you can see I'm punching him like normal and nothing's going wrong now. It's weird, right? What's different? Well, it might take me a couple tries because the fact that it's a little particular about it makes me especially annoyed that it feels like it happens so often. But notice where I hit him. Notice what's missing now. Notice that he no longer has the Elite head just like hanging behind him. And if you think it's literally that simple, hey, guess what? It fucking is. So the Invincible Elite combat form bug, I guess, like to be full and proper, the Invincible Elite Flood combat form bug happens when their head is destroyed in certain ways. If you hit their body like normal without destroying their head, totally fine. You'll never encounter this bug. If you just smack them like normal. But if you break their head in certain ways, it's kind of hard to do with a melee. The reason why I'm showing this off too is because I wasn't able to get one to spawn like on camera, but I noticed that sometimes these guys will spawn without a head. And guess what? If they spawn without a head, I'm pretty sure this bug happens like every single time, because as soon as their head is straight. So, to make, you know, like the too long didn't read aspect of it basically is, their head is like misproperly like labeled essentially in their collision model. Their head has accidentally been labeled as part of their torso, or I don't know if it's like part of their torso or like I haven't looked at it, because if you want to look at it, you need a program like Blender to look at it properly. I don't have that, so I can't look at it. But regardless, the problem is that what's happening here is there's some interference here with their torso, and because of that, essentially when you break their head, the game is basically mistakenly being told that their torso is also dead. I believe that's the too long didn't read of it. And as a result, this is why this happens. Basically, sometimes if I hit him, I'll hit the little infection form in his chest. If that happens, they'll die like normal. But you can see how this happens, right? Basically, as long as I'm hitting his body, he'll never die, because the game has essentially been told, oh, his body's dead, or his torso's dead, so nothing I do will damage anymore, because Flood are actually fairly complex. Like, they have a fairly complex damage system, if you don't know. If I hit him enough, eventually I'll just kind of clip his arm. It's much easier if you hit him from, like, the side, obviously. Of course, if you hit one of their arms off, and then... I believe, too, that part of the reason is that I believe their legs are also treated as part of their torso? Or something weird like that? I don't remember. Like, apparently the elite combat forms are just, like, royally fucked up. Like, I mentioned this during my LP, but, like, despite the fact that Halo 2 is the game that everyone says has, like, a hellish development, apparently Bungie just, like, I don't know what went on in the scenes behind, but, like, there's a lot of just, like, mislabeled tags that make that result in just things being fucked up way more than they should be. Like, it's actually kind of wild. I don't know how they did this. Let me pick something up here. I'm not sure if shooting him like normal will just kill him, because the game uses a different system for melees versus punching, or like shooting. This is why this issue doesn't really happen when you shoot them either. It happens specifically with like any sort of like melee attack, right? Because the game uses like a different system for that, and I believe for AoEs, but if I throw a grenade at him, it should just like kill him. Because grenades also, like grenades, like, basically it happens specifically with like melees. I think it can kind of happen with grenades depending on like where you throw it. But generally grenades do enough damage. Like, it's also partially related to the fact that like all the different parts of the Flood have different amounts of health based on their max. Like there's so many weird things. Actually, I wonder then. Here, let me see this actually. So, I'm gonna quickly drop like, let's just drop, say, I don't know, like a plasma pistol, something weak. I'm gonna save again, just to make sure. I think apparently, I'm not sure if this will apply in this situation. It might be a different thing, but I think it does. Yeah, I think the problem... Okay, let me get a... Like, let's get an assault rifle here, since that's there. Yeah, it does apply. So part of the problem too is that even with bullet weapons, once this bug has been triggered, you can see that he's still just not going to die. I think if I shoot him in certain spots, it might kill him. Although once I break off his arm, it might actually become even harder. So basically, part of the problem too, it's two problems. First of all, their head is causing their torso to be, I believe. Don't quote me on this one, but you can see what's happened here. Basically, the cause is their head getting broken causes shit to be fucked up. Yeah, and shooting in the legs will work like normal. That's good to know. Yeah, okay. That's good to know. So part of the problem too is that even with bullet weapons, if you look at the elites, like you can look at their model information, and if you look at their torso information, the information for their torso specifically, their torso has two like notable things, which is that first of all, the health of the torso starts recharging in a quarter of a second after taking no damage. A fucking quarter of a second. That's even faster than the bloody brutes. And not only that, but it also only takes a quarter of a second for their health of their torso to regenerate to full. This means that I believe if you want to destroy their torso, you need like here, let me see. You either need to do enough damage all at once, or you need to just like do damage fast enough. Let me see here. If I use, let's get I guess a shotgun. Just drop you. I'm gonna save the game again one more time just to double check. Let's see. Can I kill him with a shotgun? Wow. Okay. Well, that weird bug doesn't. Well, it's not even a bug. It's just usual. Like, why is Halo 3 like this? But basically, you can see how once the torso has been flagged as dead, you cannot destroy the Flood by shooting his torso anymore, essentially. Unless you shoot him in like certain spots, like the side. Even once his arm's been blown off, you can still kind of kill him by just shooting his little arm nub in a certain way. I'm actually not sure where or there. I probably hit him like probably hit him low enough. Like apparently, like I can't like if you just open this guy up in Blender or something and take a look. Apparently it's just like super fucked up. Like look at this. Is there anything that's like strong enough that would like kill him? Let me. What can I drop? A lot of stuff would just like kill him. Pimp laser. It's a great name. Let's say. Let's drop 2 brute plasma rifles, I guess. Will this work? Doesn't look like it. Actually, I guess maybe a sentinel beam actually right here. Thank you. Nothing will kill him. His torso is just invincible. This bug is sort of weird because it like also depends on when you destroy their head. Like I noticed sometimes that like if I destroyed their head like too slowly, it still wouldn't happen. But sometimes these guys will spawn without a head, and if they spawn without a head, I think this bug just is like on by default essentially. Like let's wander around a bit. And see if I just get lucky and one spawns out a head. I do like how the ones below just like instantly get deleted. Here's one. Oh, no, never mind. I was hoping that was one without a head. It can happen. I don't know what causes it. Sometimes it just doesn't seem to want to happen. This is also probably exactly why this happens, especially a lot when both their arms get knocked off, because you don't really have anywhere to aim. If I hit him, and I get lucky, you might hit the infection form, but the infection form obviously has a very small hitbox is the problem, so... Well, that can happen. But I gotta say, it's really nice to have confirmation on what causes this finally. After all these years, I just randomly got bored at work one day and was just like, hey, what's going on? What's some ODST tags looking like? And it just happened. I would have tried Cortana, which might have more of these guys there, but Cortana has issues loading in the tag test build. So it can be a little tricky to happen in Cortana. Oi, stop blinding me. Even their shields regenerate stupid quick dodge. Look at like I stopped shooting for like half a second and look. You can see the shield effect. But yeah, as soon as I knock their head off, look at this. Sometimes you can get around it though because I believe that happens because if you shoot them with their shield up. Like, let's see here for a sec. So I knocked his shield off. Now I'm gonna wait. You can see that if I punch him, it'll still happen. But this guy who doesn't have shields, it won't happen to. Because if you punch their shield, the game recognizes that you punch their shield first. So it actually happens more often with unshielded ones. Because unshielded ones, it'll just automatically happen to, basically. Like, if I punch this guy when he doesn't have shields, it won't happen. But, like, it's crazy. Like, it's very, like, the fact, like, you can tell, right? Like, it's very consistent. So this can't just be a fluke. I wish one would spawn without a head. I got one to spawn without a head in Floodgate one time. And then I accidentally reloaded the map like a dumbass. And then it just doesn't want to happen again. Oops. Another fun thing I learned too. This is unrelated, but apparently the shotgun's damage type is like also bugged. It's supposed to use it uses the kill flood damage type from Halo 2, and not the anti-flood one from this game. So the shotgun actually also does less damage than it's supposed to do against flood. The shotgun's supposed to do extra damage to flood, but it doesn't because big surprise, they fucked up. Like, I don't get it, man. This game is just full of this shit. Like, how'd they fuck up this bad? Yeah, it doesn't happen the other ones are just tanky. It's just nothing to do with it, but it's very consistent with the elite ones. Like, it is truly crazy that it's that straightforward to me. Where's Johnson spawn? Does he spawn in the room here? He sure does. Hey, Johnson, what's shaking? Truly wild. Like, man. So yeah, in the future, if you ever, if you're running into the Invincible Flood bug, pay attention to whether they have a head or not. I don't. It doesn't look like they ever spawned out a head in this level, but it'll definitely happen to me on Floodgate a few times. I just never got on camera because I'm a dumbass. What else is new? But yeah, like, man, just like man. I don't think it'll happen if I spawn. Actually, let me double check on that. Let me quickly. Where's a guy? Wasn't there just a dude? Oh, there he is. No, just gotta and go boom. Where'd his gun go? Drop down here, I guess. All right, I'm gonna one last thing. I'm gonna spawn in just a biped. I don't think from what I tried, it didn't seem to want to work with the bipeds. I think because the bipeds have like different stats. So like you could get it to work, but maybe it's just like finicky. Here. Spawn in that combat elite form. Because the bipeds have different stats. Right? This one has like elite stats basically. Well, no, it actually has more than elite stats. It's like 100. Whereas the actual like normal elite combat form on legendary has 160 shields but only 80 health. So let's save. Stop wiggling around so much. So I'll let his shield recharge. Now I'm gonna save. So theoretically, right now, if I try to shoot this guy, yeah, it actually does happen with the biped. Even once their head is off, you can't shoot them dead. That's crazy. Watch what happens if I let his shields recharge, though. Now it works because it hits the shield and uses that for the damage source. And I can just kill him normally. That's crazy. Man. What a time to be alive. Can I, like... I can't seem to... Can I... Actually, here. I want to see what's down here. This is just for me. This is just for fun. I forget where you can like turn off soft barriers. Soft ceilings disabled. There you go. Check out this area down here, man. Who's ever been down here? It looks like, big surprise. Doesn't look great because you're never supposed to be down here, but hey, look, I'm down here, Oh, yeah. That'll be it for this part. Ain't it fun to finally figure out what the hell is going on? Finally, the truth has been revealed. Truly a time to be alive. Alright, that'll be it for this little modding thing. See you guys later.